There are many things that you can do that can take some of the pressure off during an interview. The way that you behave is one of the most important. It's not all in the words that come out of your mouth, but often has a lot to do with the mannerisms that you use. Interviewers are not just wondering if you are skilled enough for the job, they are often wondering if you would fit in nicely with you coworkers. Your personality is a big part of your interview and can make all the difference. Here are some of the little things that you should pay particularly close attention to during an interview. You do not want to be chewing gum or breath mints during your interview. You also don't want to speak in slang during your interview either. It is unprofessional and rude. Show confidence. You cannot enter into an interview with a defeatist attitude. You cannot mope or exude too much placidity in your manner. It is not inviting, and does not give the impression of a person that you want to face every day. Be sure of your abilities without appearing cocky or narcissistic. You want to let your interviewer know that you are equipped to perform well at your job, without alienating other workers. You should point out your accomplishments in your field while remaining somewhat humble. List your accomplishments in a matter-of-fact way without going into too much detail. I know this sounds repetitive, but you can never get this point too strongly. Understand that body language plays a large part in exuding confidence to others. Sit straight. Practice good posture, and keep your head up. Keep a positive attitude. You should always try to smile and keep a positive outlook during your interview. If what you are hearing something that doesn't sound good to you, don't frown and look disgruntled, just keep a slight smile on your face until it is time for you to say something. Then approach your interviewer with your questions or concerns when the time is appropriate. Maintain eye contact. Keeping eye contact with your interviewer is very important, especially when one of you is speaking to the other. If you are looking around the room or at the items on the interviewer's desk, you will appear uninterested. Just imagine what you would be thinking if you were speaking to him and he was looking all over the room. You would probably think that you already lost the interview. Body language. We've touched on this a little bit, but you should mind some of the common errors that many people make when they are speaking to others. I've listed some of the common things that you should avoid when sitting through an interview. Avoid fidgeting while speaking to your interviewer. It shows a lack of self-confidence. Avoid speaking while using overly expressive hand gestures. It is distracting. Avoid biting your lips in between sentences. It gives the impression that you are making things up. Do not sit with your arms crossed because it makes you appear standoffish. Do not shrug your shoulders when asked a question that you are unsure of. Take a second to think of your response. Shrugging your shoulders gives the impression that you don't know the answer. Don't answer with nods and head shakes. Use your words to answer questions. Get plenty of sleep the night before the interview. You don't want to yawn in front of the interviewer. He will think that you are expressing boredom. Your first impression. First impressions can be a hard thing to get past in any situation. During an interview, you want to give the best first impression that you can. There are many small things that you can do to assure that you give the best impression possible. They are as follows. You can never be too polite to the person that directs to your waiting area when waiting to be interviewed. A small gesture like asking how they are doing can work wonders for you when you leave the building later. While waiting to be interviewed, sit properly and behave as if everyone passing you by is your potential interviewer. They just might be. Smile at people as much as possible. Do not act impatient or bored, it sends the wrong message. Some interviewers will keep you waiting just to see how you handle yourself. Greet your interviewer with a firm handshake and a smile. Remain standing until your interviewer asks you to be seated. It is simply polite and shows proper etiquette. Again, dress according to the type of job that you are applying for. Show yourself to be well organized, by having all things needed for the interview. While waiting, do not eat or drink anything. Don't chat on your cell phone while waiting for your interviewer. It makes you look distracted. Your resume. This may seem like an unimportant thing during an interview, but this is the sole reason why you may get that interview, so you should be prepared with a well-written resume. You should tailor your resume to highlight the qualifications, work experience and any education that you've had that best represents the type of work you are applying for. You should also include any other work experience that you've had, as well as any accomplishments that you have made in your field. You may also want to dress up your resume to let it stand out a bit. A nice border is an elegant way to make your resume stand out without being a distraction to the information within it. Of course, there are also quite a few things that recruiters hate to see on resumes as well. Many people do not think that recruiters really go all the way through a resume, but they really do. Recruiters have certain pet peeves when it comes to reading a resume. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more.